Hey, true believers. Chris Mack coming at you today with G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero 158. And this just set off a whole bunch of memories. If y'all remember G.I. Joe, Real American Hero number 21 from the original 80s run that we went over, this harkens back to it so much it's ridiculous. The only, this is a beautiful cover, but the only thing that kind of kills me is when you look at Scarlett's face, they just could have been done a little bit better. But other than that, very cool, especially since Scarlett and Snake Eyes are partners and they always have each other's backs. So this, I'd love to go and find out if 158 is like a legacy number, like if Hama's actually going back to his roots, because I'm not 100% sure. But the read-up on this is saying that the G.I. Joes are disbanded. The U.S. government has hired Cobra, and Cobra is trying to take out the Joes. That's essentially what this arc's about. So again, let me know if this was just like one of those things where they stopped doing 1 through 10 or whatever, and then finally started going back to where they would have been back in the 80s with the Marvel run. So just let me know. I'm not 100% sure. The print date on this book was September 2010. And the creative team on this is Larry Hama writing, so back to roots. Justin Padilla art, Jay Brown doing colors, Neil Utaki, I'm assuming, letters. Editor was Carlos Guzman, and consulting editor was Andy Schmidt. And so we see that Scarlett and Snake Eyes are trying to get inside of the Cobra Silent Castle. And just gorgeous artwork. I mean, and then another thing that I'm really enjoying about this series is the fact that it goes back to show don't tell. Again, if you guys remember G.I. Joe number 21, it was called a silent interlude. There was no dialogue whatsoever, so the art had to tell Hama's script, and it was done masterfully. Here, yes, there is dialogue, but there's a lot, as I said, alludes back to it. So, as I said, the Scarlett and Snake Eyes are in the subterranean part of the Silent Castle, underwater, obviously can't speak. And they're trying to take out all the security cameras underneath so that they can infiltrate the castle. And I think it's Duke or Hawk talking. And they're saying, we're hoping that everything sticks to the original blue plans. It says there could be improvements that aren't on the original blueprint, which we see a Cobra sniper here, or bats is what they're called, opens a secret compartment, begins to go after him, and then the narrator says that could be a problem. So I like how they use the dialogue just enough to be like, oh crap, what is going on? And then we go into the throne room, and everyone's kind of talking about what's going on with the Joes and how they're getting ready to attack the Cobra Silent Castle. And just look at the way Storm Shadow's drawn here. The use of heavy shadows on these villains just look absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at the way that Cobra Commander's face is just used in shadow to show the menacingness of him as he talks to Dr. Mindbender. Just wonderful, wonderful use of pencil and ink there to give that type of feeling. And then again, we go back to show, don't tell. So that Bat's security system goes to fire at Snake Eyes, or to Scarlett. Snake Eyes sees it, disposes of it, and then Scarlett intervenes and fires back, and Snake Eyes finishes it. We did not need any type of third person narration. We didn't need any first person. Just boom, boom, boom. You can make it out yourself. Wonderful use of silent panels to tell a story. Now this makes me laugh because I don't know if these are like people that live near the Silent Castle or if I think they're part of Cobra. I can't remember. But look at this. Look, Millivan, do you see what's parked over there? I don't believe it. What nerve. Gypsies! It just kind of makes me feel like Cartman from South Park when he'd be like, "Ah, the freaking hippies," and they're just gypsies. But anyway, there's more to this gypsy thingamajigger than it's lit on, but I don't want to give it away. I mean, the primary part of this book that is the most excellent is the moments with Scarlet and Snake Eyes, and I like how she's saying it's quiet. Maybe too quiet. And then Storm Shadow jumps in. "You've trained her well, Sword Brother. She hears what is not there." And so we get into another excellent battle, just like in the original number 21. We see the rematch between these three. And Scarlet's like, "I've got him, Snake Eyes." She goes to fire her harpoon or whatever it is she uses, the spikes. "You have to do better than that to stop a master of the Askerage ninja clan." And even though Storm Shadow's a villain, he's such a badass until we see moments where, Snake Eyes is always able to one-up him, and that's just awesome. Now, again, the reason that I think these two are huge fan favorites is, I don't know if their relationship is romantic. If it is, let me know. But again, these are brothers in arms, and I like how they would never leave one another. Like Snake Eyes is saying, "Leave me because something happens." He's like, "You want me to continue the mission? You expect me to leave you here? That's not happening, Buster." And that's why I always enjoy these two characters, because they always work with one another. Now, the part that I said with Hawk that's interesting, at first it seems like a snooze fest, but as you get towards the end of the book, it's worth it. It's really, really worth it. And then you kind of get that all's lost moment because Duke gets caught. But then as you get later into the book, hold on, where is it? Here. I like how all the Joes rally. We get a very cool "Yo, Joe" moment and just full-on action after everything has been established and not long and tedious dialogue. Then, of course, you see other fan favorites. You see Mindbender, you see Zartan having to cause a distraction. And guys, it's just excellent, excellent book. And it makes me so happy to see Larry Hama back on G.I. Joe. I know this is an older issue, but I remember there was a run with Chuck Dixon, which I don't know if it was like the earlier part of this and then Hama took over. But the G.I. Joes through IDW that were done by Chuck Dixon and Larry Hama, I've read issues from him, and it's just absolutely phenomenal. It's almost like back to form for the G.I. Joes in terms of comics, because those two powerhouse writers. And then the artwork with this, just gorgeous, gorgeous work. Now, this comic book right here was given to the club. So this will be going into one of our grab bags here in the near future, one of our events. So whoever wins this comic book, I hope you enjoy as much as I loved reading it and reviewing it, because it's high-octane action, very well written script, beautifully done artwork. You couldn't ask for more in a comic book, except for when's the next issue coming out. And that's exactly what you want to hear. So G.I. Joe's 158, excellent, excellent issue. If you've enjoyed it and can't wait for the Comictopia events, please first and foremost support your local comic shop and grab a copy. If you've enjoyed this review, we really would appreciate it if you take a moment to hit like, share, and subscribe. Helps the club channel more than you could possibly know. And if you wouldn't mind hitting that fancy little Yo Joe bell next to subscribe, that way as we continue to upload content, you guys will get notified. Come to the channel, and we love talking with y'all and hearing your feedback down in the comments below or on our social media pages, which I'll make sure to leave the links down in the description. So with all that said, I hope y'all continue to have an absolutely amazing day reading, and happy hunting, true believers.